Day 5 in Japan. So this was our last day here in Tokyo at the Daiwa Roynet Hotel in Shinjuku. First, we started off our day getting some breakfast at the hotel. They have a buffet breakfast here that costs 1,980 yen per person. Honestly, not a bad deal for what you get. Although the buffet is small, the quality was really good. Really, the standouts here were the eggs and the souffle pancakes. Everything was really good, but those eggs were delicious. And those souffle pancakes, I had about 8 of those little suckers. I also got some natto. I think natto gets a bad rap. Put it over some rice. It's not bad. It's supposed to be really healthy for you too. This hotel also had a 7-Eleven at the basement, which was nice because whenever we wanted a late night snack, we could just come down here. And spoiler alert, that was every night. I made my way down here every single night. The room was kind of small. It was a twin bedroom, not a lot of space to maneuver. The desk was nice. They had a side chair. Great view of Shinjuku. That's a big highlight. It was nice being able to look out onto the street. TV was fine. The beds were pretty basic, nothing special. One cool thing is they had an ironing board here, so if you wanted to iron a shirt or a pair of pants, you know, you could do that. The hotels also provide you with like slippers, toothbrush, toothpaste, which I thought was pretty cool. Apparently this is common in a lot of hotels in Japan. But the star of the show is the bathroom. I mean, this toilet was amazing. Japan does not play about their bidets. This bidet was amazing. Every time we went to go sit on this toilet, it was nice and warm for you. The bidet was easy to use. They had buttons in English. The shower itself was really nice as well. They had a tub and a standing shower. The shower head was one of those waterfalls, so it felt really nice, and the water pressure was great as well. All in all, the room is decent, but the standout really is that bathroom. After breakfast, we made our way to Kyoto. We rode the bullet train, also known as the Shinkansen. Took it all the way to Kyoto. This thing goes fast, goes really fast. Most of the trip we were traveling at like 200 miles an hour, and you don't realize how fast you're going until you like cross into a city or a town, and then like all the houses just zoom past you and you're like, oh shoot, we're really cooking. Once we got to Kyoto, we settled down into our Airbnb. We booked this traditional Japanese home for 2 nights. It was a really cool experience. Luckily, this place had air conditioning because it was boiling hot and miserable in Kyoto. I thought Tokyo was bad. Man, Kyoto was worse. Super, super humid, 90+ degrees outside. I mean, the minute you step outside, you're sweating buckets. Like literally 2 minutes, I'd be outside and I'm already sweating through my shirt. And it was very validating to see other Japanese people sweating a lot, because I know it wasn't just me. If the locals are sweating a lot, then I know it's bad. This place had small steps leading up to our bedroom. This place had 2 rooms, 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs. So there's 4 families in total. We were up in the upstairs corner room. The bedding was in the closet, so we had to make our beds the old traditional Japanese way with a futon on the ground. The ceilings were pretty low into our room, and by the staircase, whenever I went downstairs, I had to duck my head. The downstairs area was really cool. By the reception desk, we have a laptop that you can use if you need to. A bunch of manga that you can read. Although it's in Japanese, it was cool to look at some of it. And then they also have a bulletin board of a bunch of events that are going on in Kyoto for the month. They have a public sink area for you to wash your hands, wash your face, brush your teeth, you know, do whatever you need to. And then they had 2 bathrooms and then a shower for all 4 guests to use. So I didn't run into any issues of like having to go to the bathroom or shower when someone else was. So I don't know, maybe just we got lucky with the timing. They also have a really nice scenic patio area where you can just like sit and chill. Okay, so this is the bathroom area, and as you can see, I barely fit in here. There's no space to move around. When I sat on the toilet, I couldn't even close the door because my knees got in the way of the door closing. So if you can imagine that, I'm trying to close the sliding door and I can't because my knees are in the way. That gives you an idea of how small the bathroom was. You know I'm a big guy, I get it, but damn, like this bathroom was tiny. So what did I do when I had to use the bathroom? I peed. That's fine because I can stand up, you know? One of the privileges of being a male. But when I had to go number 2, I had to walk 10 minutes to the nearest public restroom. Yeah, I digress. When it was time to make our beds and sleep, we had to move the table out the way, get our futons and sheets out of the closet area, and make our beds. The showers were nice as well, decent size, a lot more spacious compared to the bathroom. For us, this was kind of a rest day, to be honest. We had a lot of really eventful days in Japan so far. We have a lot more to come, so this was a nice little break. The Daiwa Roynet was okay. Honestly, nothing special. Pretty small. If I'm by myself, I might stay there again. room. If I stay there with Lisa, I think I would want to get a bigger room. The Airbnb here was really cool. The people at the front desk were super nice, and I think it was fun getting to experience this traditional Japanese home for 2 nights. I don't really think I could do much more than 2 nights. To be honest, sleeping on the ground is kind of uncomfortable. It's not really for me. All in all, it was nice. It was pretty cool to stay in a traditional Japanese home. The walls were pretty thin, so we had to be quiet. You could clearly hear your neighbor if they were like outside your door, and I know they could hear us. Every time I farted, I was like, "Oops, sorry." Probably hear it. And walking around upstairs, all the wood was creaking and cracking, so I know they could probably hear us downstairs when we were walking around. So yeah, I was trying to be careful with my footsteps and walk lightly.